Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion from March 4th, 2015. It's a warm morning out there with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s throughout much of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, pushing into the 40s over southern New Jersey. We'll see temperatures rising to the lower to mid 40s for highs today, allowing for some melting of the snowpack and some very heavy rainfall. And that's, of course, is going to lead to the potential for some localized flash flooding. Then we have snow. A major snowstorm is on the way for tomorrow, especially from New York City on south, where over 6 inches of snow is likely to fall throughout the region, possibly over a foot in some isolated locations. We take a look at the latest infrared satellite picture. You can see we're in the warm sector right now of this storm. Here comes our Arctic cold front, and then we're going to have waves of low pressure developing along this cold front and lift all this moisture that's streaming out of the South Pacific right into our neck of the woods, leading to heavy rain changing over to snow, and that snow will continue on through tomorrow afternoon, especially from New York City on south. On the radar, you can clearly see here we have plenty of moisture to work with here. Again, because the temperatures are so warm, it's all rain. By midnight tonight, we'll start to see that changeover from northwest to southeast of rain to sleet to snow. The sleet won't last very long, and the snow will be heavy and wet at first, and then gradually become lighter as the cold air builds in. So we're looking at the heaviest snowfall likely in the morning hours tomorrow morning, right in time for your rush hour. So the morning rush hour tomorrow is just going to be an absolute mess. Not that today is much better, with the periods of moderate to heavy rain leading to some flash flooding and some major ponding on the roadways. I'm going to use the NAM model guidance for this morning. Focus pretty much on this storm. For the most part, we're going to be dealing with rain for much of today. And again, that rain will be heavy at times. Watch out for that flash flooding possibility. Here we are by 1 a.m. You can see that cold air starting to invade. Very cold air drops in and temperatures crash. By tomorrow morning, we go from 34 around midnight to 24 by tomorrow morning, and that's going to lead to some flash freezing of anything that's on the ground. So definitely an icy commute to start off, and then you add in that snow that will be moderate to heavy at times, especially from New York City and Long Island on south through central and southern New Jersey and southeastern Pennsylvania, with the potential for some mesoscale banding leading to some very heavy snowfall. The good news is that all of this is out of here by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, so the evening rush hour will be improving steadily, but still rather treacherous conditions out there with some icy weather on the roadways, so use some caution. After this storm, I have some good news. Hey, we are cold this weekend in the 20s and 30s. By Sunday, we rebound into the lower to mid 40s, and next week we stay above freezing for highs the entire week, with temperatures possibly by Wednesday in the lower to mid 50s. So relief is on the way, but for now we have to focus on this storm. So what I'm expecting here is for the northern interior, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, much of Connecticut, the Hudson River Valley, northern New Jersey, only looking at 2 to 5 inches of snow. Most of the snowfall is going to be focused to your south, but still, from 12 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow, look for 2 to 5 inches of snowfall. It could be a little bit of sleet and freezing rain as the storm mixes over from rain to snow, but really that ice threat is less than 5/10 of an inch. Further to the south, basically for coastal Connecticut, Long Island, New York City Metro, back through Allentown, Reading, Harrisburg, looking at 4 to 8 inches of snow. Caveat here. If you get any type of mesoscale banding, like heavier bands of snow, then there's a potential you could go over that 8 inches. On the flip side, anywhere north and south of those bands will likely stay around 4 inches. So basically the forecast is this. Guaranteed 4 inches of snow in this area, okay? High end without the bandings likely around 8 inches. If you get into some of those mesoscale bandings, there is a case for a foot of snow, but it's going to be very isolated and spotted. And most likely it's going to be focused somewhere right around and just north of central New Jersey. So New York City Metro, you do have that threat. Further south, looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow. Again, same idea. Look for the snow to change over by about 3 a.m. and continue on through 7 p.m. tomorrow. Again, base 6 inches for everyone easily. Okay. But there is a potential for some of that mesoscale banding to push you over the forecasted amount of 12 inches. It's going to be very isolated, but there is a threat. Most likely without the banding, looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow, so 8, 9, 10 inches, somewhere in that neck of the woods. But be aware of that mesoscale banding that could enhance your snowfall. This whole storm is out of here by 7 p.m., and thereafter we clear out with tranquil weather conditions starting to take hold. Cold at first for Friday, temperatures in the single digits for lows on Friday morning, and highs only in the lower to mid 20s. But then we slowly moderate through this weekend and into next week, with, for the most part, only weak cold fronts moving through and temperatures moderating nicely through the 40s and finally reaching the 50s by the time we get to the middle of next week. So, relief is at hand. That is your forecast discussion for today. I will have live coverage throughout the day of this developing storm and on through tomorrow. So get out the coffee and let's get going because this storm is going to be one to watch. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.